I know right now rates are great, right? Everyone's rate determining. Eventually they're going to go back up. We're going to have to start doing cash out. I have clients right now that are going cash out and they're at 3.5. They're taking cash out and they're going all the way up to maybe 4.75 or 5. What's the best way to pitch that to them? Because nobody wants their rate to go up.
So are you talking about like people do cash out and now you're giving them a higher rate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the best way to do it is first find out why they want the cash. And typically it's for what?
Consolidating debts, credit cards.
So ultimately what that loan becomes is a stepping stone. What happens is they'll understand that term you're putting in place is not the one all be all. It's not the final term. It's just the stepping stone to get to where they want. And so as long as they understand that there's a plan in place, they don't feel like they're going to be stuck. Make sense?
Yeah.
So this is where the pitch strategy comes into play. And you basically pitch the rate at the very end because you get them bought in on the plan first, right? So, hey Mo, I was actually putting your disclosures together and I noticed a few things and I wanted to run it by you first, right? So I was going through your credit bureau and a lot of the comments have a lot to do with your credit card balances. And so my idea was that if we were to take your total payment and your total payment is the mortgage plus these credit card debts, of course, you're going to ask them how much you sent on this credit card, right? Mm-hmm. How much you sent on that Chase, how much you sent on that Barclays, whatever. You add it all together and say, I got an idea. I think we can bring this total payment down to this. With that extra cash flow, you can replenish your savings, rebuild your FICO, and then in about 6 to 9 months, your FICO score should be north of 740 or 760. Yeah. Now, you did mention that you want to keep this house, so I think I can help you actually reduce the terms after your FICO is at a much stronger state, as well as you have X amount of money in the bank. But I wanted to get your feedback first, is make sure that's even on track with what you're trying to do. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Okay, got it. So this is what it would look like. Your total payment would be here. After about 9 to 12 months of payments, you'll have enough seasoning for your FICO score to have improved. At that time, what I see us doing is getting you into a 20-year fixed, or maybe even a 25-year fixed. Ultimately, what that will do is reduce your overall life of the loan by 3 years. And then you take their total P&I and you multiply it by 36. If we do that, that'll save you a total of $110,000 in mortgage payments. You see how they're buying into it? Not only that, but you're gonna be able to pay the house off 3 years sooner. Your FICO score will be this much. You'll have a year's worth of money in the bank. You have no credit card debt, and your overall liabilities will have reduced by $600. How do we do this, Mo? Got it. Okay, so let me go ahead and send out the disclosures, and this is where the lock script comes in. Now I hit record. So when I send out the disclosures to you, right, I never say I'm gonna record a lock script because then they get nervous. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I hit the record button and say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send out the disclosures. It's gonna look like this. Loan amount $310,000. It's a 30-year fixed loan at 4.75%. And even if they come back and say, ooh, 4.75, no, don't worry. Because if you remember, Mo, you're only gonna have this for 9 to 12 months. And then we're gonna get you in 25-year term. Shorter terms have much lower interest rates, especially if you're not doing cash out. Get it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because what they do is then they justify through logic of saying, but I want that result and I'm down to do it. Okay, as long as we're not going to be in this long term, you've answered my primary concern about the interest rate.
You answer it before they even ask.
Correct. Yeah, it's strategic though, right? So because I've already seen the objection happening. So I know that they're going to question that, and it's more powerful of saying, oh no, but if you remember, Mo, you're only going to be here for 9 to 12 months. Oh yeah, you did say that. Okay, go. The problem is though, is that before we even get them at that climatic state of wanting it, we're going in and saying, okay, I got option 1, 30-year fix at 4.75, your payment is this, but you could do this, this, and this. You've already lost them because they didn't like what you said up front. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That first part of it, they're done.
Right, they're done. They've already made their decision. But if you put that in reverse and talk about the results first, right? And it all comes in the idea of, hey, I found something. I want to run it by you first, get your feedback on it. That's the perfect way to open up the pitch.
Connected to SalesRemastered.